All right.
Jesus effing Christ, Ty.
Stars and Wishes time. We are back in moments after we recorded session 3 of Rumor Pine Frill's adventure. We are going to do just a quick decompress. We probably don't want to go longer than like 20 minutes. So yeah, how are you feeling right after this?
Oh, I am pumped. My friend. I am fully enjoying the like spooky atmosphere that you have created here.
Yeah.
That I was not expecting a golem, my God, or whatever the hell that thing is. Like,
yeah. This type of thing has shown up before in SCQ a couple of times.
Oh,
yeah.
I have not heard this episode. Okay.
Yeah. I don't want to say too much more about that because I think it might influence how you interact with this or might spoil other quests. So I won't say any more, but that sort of thing has shown up before.
Okay.
Yeah. Fun times.
Yeah. You did a great job with Justice. That was a wonderful blend of nonsense and and bluster. It just like fucking running straight into the spikes on the road. It's just, of course.
Oh man.
Of course.
There was like,
what the fuck was up with that handshake, Ty?
Ooh, good question. You'll never know unless you do maybe at some point. But yeah. It would be very interesting. I suppose I don't know why this would happen, but like I suppose that is the sort of scene that I suppose you could like flash back to and be like, I actually do accept the handshake, but in exchange I ask him for this piece of information or this whatever.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I mean, I suppose that could happen. I don't know why that would happen, but it could.
If I wanted the bottle, I suppose, or if I wanted any other kind of information, yeah.
Yep, if you wanted the bottle or if you wanted some other piece of information that you were pretty sure he would have known, yeah. I love the flexibility that comes with flashbacks. It really does feel like you are being given an opportunity to like really craft how the narrative is going and to make your character feel smarter. With like you now that you know how you should have prepared, being able to go back and say, oh, I actually did do this. It makes your character feel like cool and better than you could have planned, you know?
It also just like loosens up the editing like eye of the thing, right? Like flashback, flash forward, everything gets like faster and more interesting in how it cuts. And I was wondering when I was doing the flashback about like showing the bottle to Jacob, if that's like cheating a little bit or if it's like doing a little bit too many more like info rolls things. Was like, I really would have asked, and like going in completely blind, I don't know. Blue and blue, it felt like it reached to it, but I don't know.
No, I think you were making you're making interesting connections, is all I will say, because I feel like saying any more would either I can't even explain why I can't explain.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that the way that you used it was good. I kind of expected you to. What I thought was going to be happening there is you were going to say like, oh, well, while I was looking through his carriage, I found, I don't know what it would have been, but like some tool that would be useful to like prevent this thing from hurting me or to help me be quiet or something. And I don't know what that would have been, right?
It would have been something magic or something, but you know, Rumor, it'd be like Rumor finding like a loaded gun in someone's car. It'd be like, I'm not touching this.
Yeah.
This is going to hurt me more than hurt someone else.
Exactly.
Also, like, I don't know if I should fire on this thing. Like, it's a guard dog, right? So
one that's a safe assumption. I don't think I don't think you would know for 100%, but that's a safe assumption.
I mean, like, mailmen would, or male folk would definitely like be used to approaching property with a little bit of care, right? Because like people have hounds. And,
I mean, as we've discussed elsewhere, the idea that, you know, you as a scribble folk, as a courier in the mountains, it is very likely that you know of somebody that at least from a distance, like that you have made deliveries to some person or family that is similar to the searchers in the sense of like, we don't like anybody on our property.
Yeah.
You can come leave our stuff at the edge of the property, leave the deliveries right there. We'll leave you some sort of payment, and then you can go on your way. Don't get any closer.
Yeah.
And that is like not a that is not necessarily a sign that like, oh, those people are evil or dangerous or bad, right? There are some people in these mountains that just want to be alone for whatever reason, right?
You're describing a lot of people in Arizona. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
They moved out there for a reason. Yeah, that is fair. Just as telling me that they get regular deliveries actually really is important information. I was wondering about that for a while.
Yeah.
So wishes and stars, like
stars and wishes.
Like atmosphere A plus. This was really lovely escalation. I love like the amount of surprises that happen like in this of like, it's gonna be something spooky, but it's not what you expect to be.
Yeah.
The tree. Oh my God. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say a star for you. I really enjoyed the interaction between Justice and, I guess both of the interactions. I really enjoyed both of the ways that you interacted with the NPCs in this.
Oh, thank you.
It was really enjoyable. I don't know, something about, I don't know. I just had a lot of fun with those interactions. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Like it would be so incredibly irresponsible not to give like Jacob an out. Be like, oh wow, there's a body. You get her fuck right off. Like, go find my husband. Like, I'm not dragging you into this. This is bad.
Totally. I think that's really interesting, and I'm really looking forward to at some point trying to, or I'm looking forward to at some point like telling you like different ideas that I had for like why they, what they might have done if you had done XYZ. I think it'll be.
Oh yeah. Oh God. I don't know if this is going to be an episode, but I have been like accumulating questions for you.
Oh, wonderful.
Please
write them down. I would love to go over stuff. Okay, beautiful.
I love a note. I wasn't planning on being so angry at Justice.
Oh,
but
it's so good. I love that so much. It's such a great counter to. It made it so easy to play him as an asshole. The fact that you were angry, and the fact that like you were angry at him versus Baba, you were very respectful to an elder peer, and then Jacob, you were like, oh sweet child, let me take care of you, and then this guy, you're like, this fucking guy. I loved that. It was that's I think what I was enjoying so much about these interactions. So much about these interactions was the difference between how you have interacted with each NPC. I've loved that.
Oh, thank you. I can't wait to see like the NPCs and how that's going to go in the future. But I was really considering when he started screaming, like when I was coming up through the floor, it was just like, should I arrive through the floor just like flipping him in the bird with both fingers as we go? Because that's the energy of like, where the fuck is Brent, you motherfucker? What did you do with your friend?
So good.
Wishes. This is a struggle because I'm so like filled with glee as everything is unfolding, even though it is scary and like dire as hell. Is to just like, hold the tone more. Like this guy is scared. This guy is worried. This guy is guilty. Like he is freaking the fuck out and doing the best he can with it. But it's hard to like telegraph that gravitas when I'm like, you motherfucker.
I think that works. I think that I think it almost works in retrospectively. Like the idea that like seeing how calm and paternal he was with Jacob was like, okay, this guy's very like calm and collected despite this being a very serious situation. And then seeing him blow up against this other person, this guy who he thinks is probably responsible for all of this in some way, makes it feel like Rumor had been holding it together for the sake of Jacob, and that like okay, now it is exploding out. It made the interactions with Jacob feel more realistic in retrospect, right? I enjoyed that.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. It's like when, like, if, I'm scared of bees, right? But when I was a camp counselor, I couldn't be scared of bees around the kids, right? Like,
of course.
Yeah. Like, you're just going to take it. You're going to get stung. Like, it's just going to happen. But, like, you don't give them fear that they're going to, like, spread.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Oh, boy. I guess wishes for me. I am hoping I want to be able to. Oh, there's two things. One, I want to come up with some thoughts on that Haunted by a Forgotten God. That was definitely not something I explicitly had planned. I mean, there are aspects of it obviously that were planned, right? But the idea that you would get that tag right now was not something that I expected when we started this episode. I didn't think that, like, when I said, like, want to, like, try touching this thing, it's going to be a desperate roll, I didn't expect you to actually go for it. And even if you did go for it, yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why I didn't think you would, but I didn't expect you to actually go for it. And then when you did go for it, I was like, well, it'll only matter if Rumor fails the roll,
which statistically I would.
Yeah, so. I suppose that's true.
Yeah.
So yeah, Rumor messed up, and now I'm looking forward to. I'm hoping that I can. I guess my wish is that I am able to. I wish that I'm able to pay that off in this quest in a way that feels good.
Okay. All right.
I don't know if I will. I mean, I don't want to guarantee that will get paid off in this quest, because perhaps it'll, like, be a lingering problem that you have to deal with in a future thing. But, like, I don't know. I'm gonna brainstorm before we play again some possibilities.
All right.
The other wish, is just, again, having to do with, like, sort of my planning things. I want to be able to pay off well the idea of the stone golem thing coming to life at the end of this. I want to be able to deliver on the promise of this cliffhanger,
Mm-hmm. Oh, I love that. Have skeletons gotten naked before in the show?
No, but so the thought in my mind when she started to say that was the idea that she might have pretended to be just a corpse in order to not draw notice.
Yeah.
So perhaps that would have. I think it would be a little too sad for the world of SEQ for me to explicitly say she, in her mind, became naked to pretend to be just, like, bones to avoid being, like, destroyed by some Lumineers. That feels really dark and sad and whatever. But she could have reasonably, like, oh, I'm gonna lay down in, like, a cemetery and pretend that I'm just bones in a cemetery, right?
Right.
And, like, an open grave type of thing. I think that is what I will say has happened.
Yeah.
But in a darker world, the other thing would have probably been what have happened,
Yeah. Poor girl.
It's clearly, like, she is shaken by this whole experience, obviously, as one would be, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad we clarified the whole thing about what was related to what and when, because like the fact that her appearing is not the biggest news is wild. Maybe it is.
It's big news. But listener, what Andrea is referring to is, after our last session, there were some questions Andrea had asked me that during the episode that I had the thought of, like, oh, I think that you came to some logical conclusions about what had happened based on some of the information you learned in the last episode. And based on those questions, you asked me a follow-up question, or based on those conclusions, you asked me a follow-up question. And when I heard that follow-up question, I was like, oh, did I say XYZ? I didn't think XYZ is supposed to be ABC, but Andrea is, like, saying that I said XYZ, and it's like, no. You were not saying that Ty had told you that in the first episode. Right. You were saying, I came to a logical conclusion based on this information, and that logical conclusion was, like, slightly off, but it was slightly off in a way that made me panic about the timeline. And I got really in my head about it.
Oh, that's such a DM thing, though, right? After being like, wait, what the fuck did I say? Oh, no. Am I committed to this? Do I have to backtrack? Like,
exactly. It's like trying to make the thing of like, okay, that what you're saying is not what I was holding in my brain. Does it matter? Can I change it? Like there was in Fair's Quest, there's a point where Josh is like asking about I think that Josh is asking about someone's dad over and over again. And I was just like, there's nothing I can give Josh about the dad because like in my mind, like the dad, I don't remember if it was dad's, but you know, just this is the relation. There's nothing I can tell Josh about the dad that would be important. There was something about the character's mom. So like maybe, okay, I'll switch it to that bit of backstory was about the dad now. All right. Okay. So I switched it. And then for the rest of the episode, I'm just panicked. Like, had I previously established, had I already said the thing about it being about the mom, and now I'm going to have to like go in and like re-record some lines and make it all work. And I think in the final edit, like it really did not matter at all, but it could have. And that was similar to what was going through my brain. Like,
like continuity. Yep. I could see that being an issue.
Behind the scenes, just like all hey, everybody listen to this because they just enjoy behind the scenes content. That's the sort of panic that goes through a DM's brain.
Ty, one of my favorite things about our interactions is like us just talking about the feelings of DMing all the time with Ted and the DM chat of just being like, what are we like, the panic and the confusion later, and what do we do with all these feelings? Just kind of...
The funniest thing, and again in that the DM chat that we have, Ted posted like pages of these ideas that he had for a session he was going to run later, like the next day or something. And then 2 days later, after he's run the session, he comes back and he's like, oh, well, didn't use any of this. It was all garbo. And that was so funny to me. I was like, oh, I mean, classic.
The man could do a pivot like nobody else. So I mean, he could pull it off in a way that I don't think I could, but it, you know, fair play to him too, but like it's just not something you think is going to be an issue. But then when we talk about like the weirdness of like leading a group doing this stuff, and you're like, wow, a lot comes up. Like this is weird and strange. Did we get to enough stuff today? Did that feel?
Oh yeah. For the, you mean not in the Stars and Wishes post show chat, but in the actual thing. Yes. Yeah. We got to a great point. I think we were actually at the point that where we got was where I would have loved to have planned to stop if I had thought that there would be enough to make an episode in this. Like, I did not think, like, I would have wanted to stop here if I thought there was any chance that it would have taken us like this amount of time to get here, right? But I would have assumed that like, oh, we'll get here like halfway through, and then we'll need to keep going. And I'd rather not keep going at that point because I'd want some time to like decompress and like, you know, sort of think about things. I like I don't like planning too far ahead. I like playing like a short, sweet, compact session and then having some time to sit on that and like then plan the next bit, right? And I like doing it in chunks like that.
Same for me, especially like in our Riddlewood games when you're doing like mystery and you really want to see what everyone's doing and then embroider on that. But even with this, with tone, like just having figured out like, okay, whatever is going to happen, it happens. And then I can walk around being like, wow, so this guy was a thief. Like that completely changes. I mean, we figured, we suspected, but like that changes the tone of everything that he would have going on in his head. And then like being reminded of the ruin is important to him in a particular way. So yeah, like it changes like the mood that he's going to be in when he goes into the next thing.
Yeah. I'm
thought glad that Brunt wasn't like a Confederate because
oh yeah, I thought you meant for a moment like speaking of like Southern folks, like you were glad he was not a Confederate, and I'm like, Yeah. Hey, in the world of SEQ, there's fucking no Confederates.
Well, I should hope
not
so.
Allowed. Not allowed.
I should really hope so.
Yeah.
What were you going to say before I blundered into that one?
I was going to say something about a wish that had popped into my brain, or a star. I don't know. It's gone. It's out. What were we talking about a moment ago?
How you like take like Brentlewood, and like how you like take a little bit and then you build on it when you have like an interim to think on it. So like the mood for like the god and the haunting and the thieving is going to like impact the mood of Rumor going forward, and Brunt. So like it changes the energy basically.
Yes. I have no idea what I was going to say.
Yeah, that's all right.
That's all right. But yeah, I had a lot of fun with this one. I am looking forward to I do remember what I was going to say. At this point, I feel like enough episodes have happened that I'm just going to tell you each episode's going to start with one of these little prayers, one of these little poems.
I've been enjoying it. I know that I put up a lot of like bluster about it, but it's been very enjoyable and cool and like moody.
Yeah. It is I feel like there's probably something else that I'm forgetting, but that is the main new thing I've been trying for this quest, like having a little extra scripted bit that's like not scene setting, not like opening montage, but like tonal lore setting, like telling you this is writing from the world. This is something that someone in the world of SEQ has written or said out loud. Who knows if it's been written down, but this is not just something that I am writing. This is something that someone is writing.
It's great. It's really, really great. And like, why not take liberties? Like, it's like you can edit a film. You can absolutely just like jump around with this.
Yeah. It's been fun.
I love it. No, it makes me like get all like sweary because I'm like teasing these apart for clues between these things. Like,
it's fun.
Did you like the lizardness of it?
That's my real star. The little scribbly on the ground. Oh, that was so wonderful. There was at some point you made like a little sound with your hands. I don't know how you did it. I don't know if it'll come out in mic, but it was so delightful. This little I can't do it. But it was so good. It was very evocative. So delightful. Oh, just
a frilled lizard trying his best.
just a dad in a big old world. Little dad in a big old world.
Little dad with a big umbrella head, just trying to get through it all.
Oh, so good. All right. Well, it has gotten kind of late, and I need to go have dinner. Is there anything that we want to wrap this up on before we call it?
This does not have to be in the notes, but happy birthday next week.
Oh, thank you. I may include that. People who have listened to the show know that my birthday is in October. We are recording this in spooky season, as I said earlier on. So yeah, birthday is coming up.
They know you have a birthday.
They know I have a birthday. They are aware of that. It. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I hope you have a great time. Whatever you're going to end up doing.
The big thing that I'm doing is not running any games that day. Which I mean, I love games. I love running games, but I just don't want any pressure. I want to be chill. Oh, I think what Sam and I had said, we were gonna cobble together a flight of my own devising, and then we were gonna watch something spooky related. We don't have a specific plan, but just something Halloween related. So that's the extent of our plans.
That sounds great. I love it.
Yeah. All right. Well, with that, I think we should wrap things up. So, I feel like we came up with a fun way to end this at some point.
I don't know. I mean, I just keep thinking about the way the D20 does stuff, which is not how we have to do it. But it's like,
I've never listened. I've never watched Dimension 20, so I don't know how they end it.
I think you would love the fairy tales one that they do.
Ooh.
It's like really cool horror. I don't know. It's like the one that they're doing right now is like steampunk. So there's like see you in the car, see you in the sky, or whatever. And it's like see you in the woods.
See you in the woods. See you in the until
don't
next
look in the
time.
Trees.
Don't look in the trees. Until next time, grab a pint at the Pine and Brine. something like that. There you go.
Yes, the best unrendered pork fat this side of the Elder Brothers.
Thank you to the Joy Drops for the use of Not Drunk as our intro and outro music. Thanks to all of our guests, and thanks to you for listening. You can find us and say hi over at sidecharacterquest.com or by checking out our show notes for more links and information. If you're enjoying the show, drop a rating or review wherever you listen to podcasts, and we'll see you around. Bye!
Okay.
I'm
Sorry.
cutting it right. I'm cutting it right on that.
Hey, I'm Brooke. My friends and I perform spooky stories on our podcast 13. 13 is a movie for your ears with immersive sound design and music from our composer. And we're not reading you the same old ghost stories from Reddit. With original stories from our in-house writers and submissions from up-and-coming authors, 13 will make you smile, break your heart, and have you wishing for a nightlight. Atmospheric, slow burn, always spooky, and sometimes sexy. Our friends are some of the best voice actors and writers in our little corner of the podcast industry. So if you want to find out why those figures in black keep meeting by the water just before dawn, why you should never sleep in a room with an empty chair, or why you hear faint music echoing from the abandoned mall, join us by following 13 wherever you're listening right now. That's 13, the word, not the number, all spelled out. Bridget Howard keeps asking for my teeth. Wherever you get your podcasts.
Well, they're not going to know that I said that. I'm going to cut that out.
Yeah. Have you made spooky content not outside of Side Character Quest?
Outside of Side Character Quest?
Yeah.
Oh boy. I haven't really done a lot. Wait, what have I done? Oh man, probably. What have I made? Well, I'm running through my brain of like what sort of artistic endeavors I've gone on before. I've done photography, but I can't think of any spooky photos that I've taken. I have done a little bit of like graphic design stuff in high school, and none of that was spooky. I've never really written anything. I've done some voice acting here or there. None of that was spooky. So
Hey, you didn't have like a emo goth angsty phase in high school? ...
Vaguely. I mean, not as much as you would think. I think that some people could find some photos and they'd be like, oh yeah, this is angsty, gothy, whatever. But then you look at anybody else at my high school and you're like, oh, Ty was not, not like I was so far from so far over on that bell curve. Like it's not worth considering me.
Oh.
In that vein, I was so scared of that Hot Topic. Are you kidding me?
Wait, that was Hot Topic scared you? Oh my God, that's adorable.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I mean, it, scared me in the way that that a place like that would scare a 12-year-old in the South who intellectually knew that it was totally fine and knew tons of people that chopped there and had chopped there themselves. But boy, oh boy, you're not supposed to be in there. You're not supposed to be in there.
Is there like a bit of the satanic panic ick about Hot Topic for real? Or
yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
which is hilarious because it's so commercial. But
yeah, oh totally. And I think Hot Topic is I think that in a place like where I grew up, where there wasn't access to as far as I knew, I mean, maybe an alternative punk scene existed. In fact, I'm almost 100% sure it did exist in my hometown, but it was totally outside of my view. So the most alternative punk goth whatever thing I would have ever seen would have been Hot
cool.
Topic.
Okay.
Whereas if I had been living in a place like DC or something at the time, the idea of calling Hot Topic punk would have been laughable. Are you kidding me? It would have been insane.
But there's something so specifically high school about that too, right? Of
Yeah.
Like how punk can you? Well, no, you can get pretty punk in high school. Not where I went to school, but.
I'm curious about that. Oh man, we're gonna. This is probably gonna end
you
up
already.
Yeah, this is all going in the bloops. I don't know. There was a point I went in my brain where I was like, okay, we have been we've been going off. It is going to make it in the episode probably, but it's going in the bloops. Unless you don't want it to, in which case it will cut off here where you start telling me the thing you do. Okay,
I'm curious.
You're curious?
I was just like, I had this hilarious like vision when you were trying to think of like the spooky content that you're doing. It'd be like, it would be so funny if you were, pondering this just surrounded by like evil clown paintings or like your doll collection. And you're like, yeah, nothing's coming to mind. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
just like not a spooky guy.
I'm just not a spooky guy. No, I do have a print of a tarot card behind me that says death and it has a picture of Edgar Allan Poe hanging out with a skelly man. Then I've got a deer skull sorcerer thing that was printed by Morgan Spatola, who's very nice. I've got a pair of relief portraits of these two ladies looking at one another that I'm going to point to it. It's over here.
Okay.
I've got a pair of those, another one over there, that I found on a street corner, probably haunted, probably. And then I have a mounted ghost.
Sorry,
right
what?
there. It's a mounted ghost. It's a ghost, and it's been mounted onto my wall.
Let me see if I can extend the window because it's cutting. Oh, there. Oh, little sheet with the two little dot eyes. That's really cute. Is that felt?
It's felt. It's very good. I love it a lot. They had a handful of these at a store once for being sold for a very reasonable price, and I wish I had bought 20 of them.
Oh man, that's really sweet. That's really cute.
Yeah. So yeah, my decor includes a lot of spooky stuff because I like spooky things.
Yeah.
Spooky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to. My friend in high school used to call me a khaki goth because my soul was dark and twisted, but I dressed like the Gap pretty much. So.
Oh, love it. When I was growing up, one of my my dad's friends, do I want to specify who it is? Someone, when I was growing up, somebody that an adult in my life, I think multiple adults probably insisted that like those pants, those big baggy pants with like
the Jinkos?
Strips of fabric. No, the ones that had like the strips of fabric and like were attached to like buckles and stuff. They were like, those are like a sex thing. And I was just like so annoyed at those people. He's like, it's a sex thing. And then I found out like a few years ago that like actually it was a sex thing.
Yeah.
Like genuinely was a sex thing. And I was like, wait, so like a lot of the punk style comes out of like sex shops operating in the
Ty,
UK.
you know what the word punk comes from, right?
No, actually, wait, what? What does it come from?
Well, I could be wrong here, but like my understanding is always like to be punked is to literally be fucked, like to be fucked over. Really? So his idea is that you're like fucked by society. So, but you're like owning it.
Why?
I think that's why some people like call like, you're punking me, or like, I'm not your punk or something. Like it's kind of like you're being bent over a barrel, basically.
Oh,
I could be wrong. That could absolutely not be correct, but there's
that. It does feel like the sort of thing that like the punk scene would be like, no, we're taking this. We are immediately reclaiming this. So I would believe that. The only thing that gives me any doubt is the fact that I've never heard that before. However, that does sound so true. I'm Yeah, I feel like I'm probably going to end up looking into this later.
I'm
That's very
curious. Let me know what you find. I met one
Yeah.
of the original like British punks from like the
What?
70s. She's Marguerite Van Cook, I think is her name. She is a indie cartoonist. And God, it was really cool because she was talking about being a punk and talking about like tearing her jeans and tearing her clothes.
Yeah.
And I never thought about it, but like it was in the context of when she was growing up in like the 70s, like her parents grew up in the war. So if you're like screwing up your clothing, like it is like truly real... blasphemous. Like you really are being like, screw all of this, like screw, you know, what this clothing means. Like there's more of a rebellion there than just, oh, it's, you know, torn. It's like, no, I'm taking this and I am shredding it.
Yeah. What was her name again?
Marguerite Van Cook, I think is her name. I have she did a graphic novel that
I found her. Name Martin. English artist, writer.
Yeah, there she goes. Born 1954. Yeah, she did a really cool
she's
graphic novel about being a bastard, the late child in other animals. Because she was born out of wedlock, and like that apparently was actually a huge freaking deal when she was growing up, and like her family, she and her mom were like ostracized because of it.
Wow.
Anyway.
Oh wow, I feel like I need to dive. Did you come
here for tangents, Ty? Because I will.
Yeah. I am excited to dive into this. Okay, I've got to make a mental note that we are roughly at 14 minutes in, so that we don't get to like an hour, and I'm like, oh, we've been recording for an hour, and it's like, no, incorrect. Okay. So let's do a rollout. I'm going to do a high energy rollout because I think we probably entered this tangent at high energy. And so we'll need to leave it at high energy if I'm going to make this cut seem seamless. Hide it in the edit.
All right.
Hey, I got a question for you. Do you know your D8s from your D12s? Do you know your modifiers from your bonuses? Do you know your luck points from your story points? No idea what any of the last 3 questions mean? Come check out What Am I Rolling? A twice-monthly RPG one-shot podcast, hosted by me, Fiona. I like exploring different RPG systems, rule sets, and the stories they create. I also like talking to game designers about how to run their games. So, come check it out. We would love to have you. The What Am I Rolling podcast, available wherever you listen to podcasts. Part of the One Shot Podcast Network.